Alright, welcome everyone. Today's video is going to be on poverty in Brazil. This is Sustainable Development Goal number 1, arguably the most important of the 17 SDGs. So we're going to cover a little bit on what causes poverty, how it relates to Brazil, how IT can help improve the poverty situation in Brazil, and then some just general advice on poverty in Brazil. So getting started with what contributes to extreme poverty. These things tend to be pretty common across every country. Lack of quality education is one of the driving factors. People aren't able to get the work they need because they don't know what they need to know to get the jobs they need. Another one is basic resources, so things like water and food and housing and shelter and things like that, the basic things we need to live. A lot of these are inaccessible in certain parts of the world. As well as inaccessible healthcare, people can't treat the wounds, and so they spend all their time trying to recover from illnesses rather than actually being able to be productive and work for themselves. Next up is local conflict. So in areas where you see war and conflict like that, there tends to be a lot of extreme poverty because people aren't able to live their lives the way they should be. Next up is economic inequality, where just some people are richer than others, and that creates some wealth disparities. And then lastly, one of the contributing factors is the lack of work, where sometimes there's just not jobs for people to do to make money to live. So next up is I'm going to display this little graph that shows share of extreme poverty from 1981 to 2023. This is basically Brazil over time. And you see back in the 80s, it used to be really, really bad. It was around 30%, almost 40% even in around 1983. But since then, we've kind of dropped, where in 2020, we were actually hit a low of about 2% of the population being in extreme poverty. Jumped up due to COVID, but it's on its way back down now. So it's doing really, really well in terms of starting to get over it as people are starting to develop, and Brazil is starting to develop as a country. Next up is the global IT infrastructure and Brazil's poverty levels. So this is just a little graph on how global IT can somewhat help the situation for poverty in Brazil. So starting with job allocation, it can help jobs in terms of giving people remote work opportunities, as well as allow people from home to do online e-commerce opportunities. You're seeing in a lot of sort of more impoverished nations, you're seeing a lot of these online e-commerce stores starting to develop, which is a really good opportunity for them to make money from home without really needing to do anything. Next up is resource management, where they're able to improve their farming techniques using technology and reduce the wasteful spending of resources using technology. Next up is conflict resolution. This allows for remote communication between leaders, so that way they can try and reach peace agreements sooner to end the conflicts, as well as raise awareness online of local conflict struggles. If people know what's going on collectively, they tend more to try and end the conflict, and so that's one way to end conflict resolution using IT. And then the next up is education, where teachers are able to teach students, specifically STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, using technology. And then this also enables remote learning opportunities for students in remote areas to get access to higher quality education. And then lastly, solutions to end poverty. Here are some basic ones: using technology to improve education. This one would be a really big one, as well as allocating more resources more evenly across the area, so you're making sure people have access to water and food and things like that. Collectively trying to end global conflicts, so no more wars would be a big help, as well as enabling more remote work opportunities. If people in these areas have internet, they're able to work from home. They could contribute to society without needing to be as participative as they have to be, so it'd help end poverty in that way. And then assuring access to clean water and healthcare. Healthcare is a big one. If people can know that they will be in good health to work, then they can work and improve and start to get themselves out of that poverty level. So that's all we have for SDG number 1, no poverty in Brazil. Thank you for watching.